Hey guys, happy Tuesday and happy 16th last day of 2014. It has been a crazy year and honestly I'm kind of excited to get over to 2015 now, but I think if nothing else we can all agree it's been a very good year for books. Just last Sunday the WordNerds did their live chat about all of our favorites for 2014. We didn't just limit it to books, but we talked a lot about books, and then over on the Broken the Bookish, this week's Top 10 Tuesday is our favorite books of 2014, so I thought maybe I'd take a little bit of time to do mine since I didn't list all of the ones I wanted to last Sunday, and it has just been a really good year for reading, so let's jump in. These are in no particular order, it's really just how they're sitting in the pile beside me. The more I think about it, the less I really think I can come up with a favorite book for 2014. There were just a lot of good ones, and which one is my favorite kind of varies day to day, mood to mood. So the first one I want to talk about is Damsel Distressed by Kellie Mackey. This was one of our WordNerd book club picks this year, and I loved it so much. I was anticipating this one beyond anything because Kellie Mackey is so fantastic and she really did not let us down with her debut book. So if you haven't read this one yet, you should really give that a go. And then we have Tin Star by Cecil Castellucci. This is a YA sci-fi, unlike hardcore sci-fi. It takes place on a space station. There aren't a lot of humans. It's all very non-humanoid aliens and space station drama. It was a really cool read and I can't wait till the sequel comes out, I think in February of next year. I don't actually have a physical copy of this next one because I read a digital ARC, but I'm so glad I did. And that book is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. It was just amazing. I won't talk too much about it, but I suspect it's going to be a book club pick for the WordNerds in 2015. It's a quick read. Yeah, I really can't tell you anything else about it. Just read that book. Read it now. Then we have one of my most anticipated books for 2015. Really, I've been anticipating this since the last one came out because it's been a long time coming, and that is Isla and the Happily Ever After by Stephanie Perkins. I just want to hug this book forever. It is YA contemporary, it is adorable, and it is a must-read as far as I'm concerned. Then we have another WordNerd book club pick, and that is Ignite Me by Tahira Mafi. It took me a while to get into this series, but once I was in, I was so glad that the WordNerds convinced me to go back and finish this series. This was a really amazing book, and I could just look at that cover forever. This next one is one that I talk about a lot, but that I also don't have a physical copy of, and that is Write, Publish, Repeat by Sean Platt and Johnny B. Truant. I won't go too much into it because, like I said, I've talked about it on this channel a lot already, and everybody already knows how much I love it. But if you are at all interested in marketing or self-publishing or just how to get your books out there in the world, give that book a read. Then we have Sega. This is by Brian K. Vaughan and illustrated by Fiona Staples. And I tried to read quite a few graphic novels this year, but this is the only series that really hooked me. It is just beautiful illustrations. It is a sci-fi story, and it's funny, and I cannot wait for the next one to come out. It's seriously, guys, even if you don't like graphic novels, it's worth it. It's totally worth it. Then we have Avalon by Mindy Arnett. This is another YA sci-fi. It's from a male point of view, which isn't something I read a lot of, but I really love this book. I've heard it described as Firefly but YA, and I think that's a pretty fair assessment. You can definitely see where the inspiration came from on this one. I did talk about it a lot on Sunday, so I'll spare you the details, but if you like sci-fi at all, read this book. Then finally we have Hyperbole and a Half, which is the last of my non-conventional, not quite YA books. It is mostly comics, and it is so funny as an introvert, as a dog owner, as just a person who doesn't always get the world. You can find a lot of her comics online, but it is worth getting the book. And I definitely need to buy a copy for myself because I read the ebook and I just need to be able to flip through it and get a little daily dose of hilarity whenever I need to. So if you haven't read Hyperbole in Half yet, the comics or the book, you should definitely give that a go. And then finally, we have our last pick of this week, or this year, I guess. And this one I did kind of finagle and put on the end because it is The One by Kira Cass, and it is our book club pick for the month. So if you haven't read this series yet, you should do that pretty soon and then join us on, I think, the 28th, whatever the last Sunday of the month is, to talk about this series because, it's amazing. It's not really what you'd expect. I don't even know what it is about it, but these books are just so hard to put down. So if you haven't read these books yet, they are quick reads because Kira Cass's writing just keeps you turning pages like nothing else. So that is The One by Kira Cass. Read it. Read it now. I've said that a lot today, but they're all so good. So many good books. And that's it for me today. So thank you so much for watching me ramble about my favorite books of the year. I'd love to know what books you guys loved, so leave those in the comments down below. And don't forget to join us this Sunday where we're talking about Mockingjay Part 1, and then next Sunday where our live chat will be talking about the selection series by Kira Cass. So there's still a lot of stuff going on here between now and the end of the year. Thank you all so much. I love you guys, and happy writing!